What's going on? Born for Sports. Salute to New York Met Nation. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and most importantly, hit that subscribe button to Born for Sports. Well, Mets fans, here we are. A new season has come upon us. We are only a couple of days away from the New York Mets kicking off the 2026 season. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm up and down with the Mets with my expectations because I want to believe that this team is going to be better, but they got a lot to prove to me. And they got a lot to prove to Met Nation. They made a lot of changes in the offseason. We all know the main characters that have departed. Pete Alonso's gone. Edwin Diaz is gone. Brandon Nimmo, McNeil, and so forth. But it is clear that this is a new era in New York Mets baseball. It is change. This is David Stearns' vision. And time will tell if David Stearns made the right moves this offseason. I have my questions about it, and I'm sure there are more in Met Nation that feel the same way as I do. But the team is improving in some areas, but not in some others. So we're going to kick it off. And this is my season preview, folks, because like I said, it's hard to get a read on this Met team. I could see this Met team winning, like if they have an off season, have a 78 to 80 win season, which is damn sure not good enough with the payroll they have. But I can also see if certain things go right, that they can win 88 to 90 something games and challenge for the division. Time will tell if that'll happen. Let's hope for the best. But here are my three keys to this 2026 Mets season as we have the season preview video. And my three keys, we're going to start with number 3. Devin Williams returning to an all-star closer. It is no secret if you know me, folks. I'm not happy that we lost Edwin Diaz. For whatever reason there were, whether it was he wanted to go or they simply just didn't do enough to compete with the Dodgers offer. It's a big blow for the Mets to lose Edwin Diaz, and in my opinion, the biggest loss of this offseason for the New York Mets team. Now, David Stearns, obviously, he went out with familiarity. He went and got Devin Williams. When Devin Williams was on the Brewers 2 years ago, he was an all-star closer, one of the most dominant closers in the National League. Last year, he got traded to the Yankees, and we all know that didn't go well. So David Stearns better be right because he is a big part of my keys to the season. If we can get Devin Williams to return to an all-star closer, and it'll help offset the loss of Edwin Diaz, that'll be a big piece going forward for the New York Mets to get to the playoffs. Number 2, a healthy Lindor and Soto forming a deadly duo, top of the lineup. Yes, folks, Francisco Lindor. His health is key, and so is Soto for that matter. We'll get to Soto in a moment, but Lindor, he had a broken bone in the hand, hamate bone early in the spring training, and has miraculously gotten back to health enough to be on this team, and it looks like he's going to be ready for opening day. But I anticipate there will be a slow start from Francisco Lindor, not just because it has been the trademark of his career, slow starts, but coming back from that injury, coming back so soon, I question whether he'll be 100% ready to be locked and loaded to go right from the jump. So going to be key to keep him healthy. And, of course, Juan Soto, one of the top 5 players in baseball. He had an MVP caliber season last season in his first year as a Met. Even though he got off to a slow start, he finished really strong and did his thing. Kept the Mets involved. They didn't get to the playoffs. They missed out by 1 game, but they were right there. And it's damn sure one of the reasons is Juan Soto. And if we can get a more comfortable Juan Soto, man, this could really form a dynamic duo in baseball. That was the vision when they signed Juan Soto to that record deal. Juan Soto being healthy with Francisco Lindor forming that duo, man. This is where the bread will be buttered this year for this Met lineup. And the way Juan Soto looked in the WBC, that might be a sign of some big things to come, folks. And my number one key will be, what else? Peralta and McClain, Nolan McClain, anchoring the rotation and a healthy Senga to make it a strength. This direction of David Stearns has changed for this New York Met team. Where they lost in power, being a power hitting team in the past, they have now turned into, in my opinion, a pitching defense first team. And I believe the strength of this team right now has to be looked at as the talent in the starting rotation. Now, they went out there and got Peralta. They traded and made a big trade in the offseason from the Brewers, got Peralta. Peralta's one of the best starters in the National League. He can become the guy to really help make this boost of this rotation. Now, I have questions whether he's a true number one. We will see if he can be that, but he's damn sure a damn good number two at worst. And I think he's going to be a big shot in the arm to this starting rotation for the New York Mets. And Nolan McClain, hey, my early favorite for National League Rookie of the Year this year, folks. This guy has all the talent. He basically was our ace down the stretch last year when the Mets were in a free fall trying to hold on to a playoff spot. Okay? He came up and showed that he belonged, and it made you think, what took the Mets so long to bring him up? Well, now he's going to have a full season. He looked good in the WBC. This man has potential to become the ace of this staff. But this rotation anchored by those two guys, you got to feel good as a Met fan that those guys are in the front of that rotation. Now, you put everyone back a slot. You keep them in a comfortable spot to deal with the ups and downs of the rotation. But David Peterson, hey, he faltered down the stretch, could be dead on, whatever the issue was. He had a good season. He made the All-Star team last year, okay? And also Clay Holmes as well. Transitioning from a bullpen role to a starter, pitched solid for the most part. You would think he'll even take a better jump this year in the back of that middle of the rotation to the back end. But I'm going to single out Kodai Senga because he's looked good in the spring. Okay, he's hitting 97 on the gun already. Good sign that he's healthy and ready to go. And first of all, we all know his issues is health. The guy is fragile. The Mets have to make sure that they take baby steps with him, give him the proper rest during the season, whether we like it or not, to get him to meaningful September to hopefully October baseball. Because if he can beat Kodai Senga from at least 2 years ago in 2020, 3 years ago in 2023 when he came over from Japan, man, this starting rotation is going to be a force to reckon with, folks, and I can't wait to see it. This rotation, the defense, I think with Robert in center field is another good move, and also Carson Bench, the rookie who is going to be making the team in right field. The defense is going to be much improved by the Mets. Best it's been in a long time, and with this starting rotation, you got to think that's where the Mets can make a big-time run if they're going to have a really good season in 2026. So that's going to do it, folks, for the video. Mets Nation, salute. Let me know how you feel about my keys to the 2026 season, and what are your keys that I haven't mentioned that you might be taking initiative of and thinking that can put the Mets over the top. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel Born for Sports. Let's go Mets.